free range, 3D, super awesome, super secret stretching tips from me right now. Boy, do I have some experience tips for you today, guys. If you want big, healthy shoulders, I got you covered because you're not stretching your shoulders like I do. Your shoulders aren't as healthy as mine, maybe not as big as mine. To get big shoulders to grow and continue growing, if you get injured and you have shoulder pain, it's gonna be really hard to grow your shoulders. So I got you covered with 4 of my favorite stretches for shoulders. I've been doing these for a very long time, so I really believe in them. I do them all the time, not just on shoulder day or chest day, and I usually do some of these stretches every day. So the first one, the one I've been doing the longest, the one that I think is the best shoulder stretch there is flailing your arms around. It's called dynamic stretching. Okay, so I've seen a lot of guys that really know what they're doing when they're training like professional athletes and stuff. They do the same thing. So I got this a long time ago when I was in Taekwondo, learned how to do some dynamic stretching, read some flexibility books, started using it for my acrobatics, and then I just started taking it to, well, the continued level of continuing to do it for 25 years.
Do you always do it to the Natty Anthem?
Yeah, this is the Rich Piana half Natty Anthem.
Our favorite piano man.
Our favorite piano man. Rest in peace, Rich. All right, so with this one, start slow, okay? Because if you can't do this, if you can't rip your arms around like that without pain, you got a problem. That's the first sign. If you cannot do that, this is something you do definitely need to work on. But start slow, okay? Because after you trained your shoulders or your chest, your shoulders might be a little tender, they might be sore, they might feel a little creaky, they might feel like a little dull aches and pains. So just be aware of that. Proximal to training, this is gonna be a lot more excruciating. So I'm fresh right now because I haven't trained chest in about a week. Tomorrow's my chest day, and I'm gonna be doing these, well, right now for you, and I'm gonna train tomorrow. But it's real simple. You just kind of flail your arms around different ways. So here's one motion, see that? See this right here? This little anterior delt. Just like this, I'm skating. This one right here is also getting kind of like a little peck in there, a little shoulder. You just kind of fling it back. This is a great one for back flips. It's also stretching my lats. It's stretching a lot. There's a lot going on here, okay? And then just circles, arm circles. You do one arm at a time. You speed it up over time. Other arm, you go backwards, you go forwards, you can do together. All right, one recommendation for you is, like I said, start slow and then rest sets. I'm gonna stretch something else, or I'm gonna set up my next station for, let's say it's chest day, I'm gonna set up, start to do some warm-up sets of like some light bench press, 135 pounds, rest a little bit more, and I'm gonna do another set. So don't do all of your dynamic stretches at once. Break them up into sets. Just do 2 or 3, that should be plenty. And just try to increase speed on your last one. When you start increasing speed and getting that velocity going, you're good to go.
88 miles per hour?
88 miles per hour. Where'd you get that number from, actually? Is there like a...
Back to the Future.
Oh, I missed that one right over my head. Okay, let's go to a more static passive style stretch right now. All right, this one has been popularized in recent years for good reason. It's because it works. It's called hanging. You literally just hang, okay? So, if you want to also build your grip strength and warm up your grip, you can hang without straps and stuff, but since the purpose of this is to stretch all that stuff out and get all those regions, if your grip is your limiting factor, handle it with some straps. Otherwise, build some grip at the same time. So you go, this is wide, okay? Hang. Easy.
Yes.
I prefer to go narrow shoulder width. This is about the grip I like for hangs. I think I get a little bit more out of it when I'm just like this. All right, now here's some different variations you can do while you're in this position, okay?
Let me get your whole body.
One of them is pushing your head forward. See that?
Do it again.
Stretching the chest too. The other one is kind of sinking back. Do a little wiggling. I do this all the time. It's just like lat, lat, lat. Little ballistics on the lats that is mild and tolerable and actually really useful. Okay. Notice I'm sinking down. See that? Relaxing. All right. Also, I like to straighten my arms out as much as possible. I've had elbow problems before, and my elbows aren't as good as they used to be because I've used them a lot. Oh, notice how I came out of that real slow? Do that. Don't drop. Unless you're like a 150-pound guy that's, you know, lightweight, then you probably don't have as many problems. But when you're a bigger dude, you got to get in and out of stretches real slow and gently. It's also really good stretching for this whole compartment here. So that passiveness right here.
So if you just done 8 hours of arms, this would be
Just
something.
did 8 hours of arms. This is actually pretty good on the next day. I wouldn't do it right after an arm workout. But if you have pain in your elbows while you hang here, that's a sign that you need to do this more or fix it. When I have pain in my elbow when I hang, it's kind of a sign to me. It's like, oh, I need to do that. And that usually works a real good treat on it. So again, sets. I usually like hanging for 30 seconds to a minute. Rest a couple minutes. Repeat it once or twice. But I have a hack for this that's gonna make the stretch even better. Let me show you one of my inventions. Let's go over here. Hey guys, give this video a thumbs up if you like the Half Nitty anthem from Rich P. Let's crank it up.
Well, no, then we can't hear you.
Crank it up right before we go.
Crank it in post.
It's royalty free. Yeah, crank it in post. All right, so the hang hack. All right, look what I got here. All right, I like rings because they can rotate. They have a little rotation there. You can get a lot more out of the stretch. You create a 3D stretch out of something that's more fixated. But I've attached these to some really, really thick, short bands. You'll just have to figure out a way to rig them up. I just found like some strapping and a carabiner and looped them around and stuff. But watch this.
Stupidly tall power rack.
Stupidly tall power rack, the tallest power rack in the world. It's a Ghost Strongman rack, 10 foot tall. Just can't buy it anymore because Ghost is gone. Rest in peace, Ghost. You were good company. All right, look at this. See that?
Yeah.
So it's like hanging. Oh, this little bounce, this little distraction is providing so much more feedback and so much more nuance. You can really get more out of the stretch this way. Confession, I don't actually hang on straight bars anymore. I only do it from this when I can because this is so much better. This just works twice as good. So now I always hang from rings and definitely rings with those little bands on. So watch this too. If you're smart, like me, you can get a platform or something and sit in front. It's gonna offset a little bit of hanging. It's a little easier now. It does kind of shift where the stretch is accentuated. But look at this, man. Oh my God, I love this. It's like, oh jeez. One of the best things ever. Getting that oblique, getting that side, the shoulders, of course. This is a shoulder stretching video. But this is like full, free range, 3D, super awesome, super secret stretching tips from me right now. With the dynamic stretching and the hangs, you're good to go. But I got 2 more stretches for you, a little bit easier ones. Let's go. Okay, see that? Stretching here. Warming up on this machine. Now some of these machines are pretty cool. This isn't even the stretch I was going to show you. Every single time I warm up for this machine, a new machine like that, see this little bouncing, this little ballistics here? Kind of moving the elbow, kind of angle, just kind of gently. Moving with a little force. Plates are sinking in, pushing me into the stretching position. It's a great way to warm up for your chest exercises. But the stretch I was going to show you is actually a good way to superset some of your last exercises of a chest day. So this is something you might put at the end or the beginning. This is called a banded over under. I got it from John Meadows, and ever since I saw him do it, I've been doing it ever since. So again, it works great as a superset stretch. After you take your chest set to failure, let's say you're doing 3 sets of incline and your 3rd set, go to failure and pick up the band. You do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
See that? So the good thing about the band, as opposed to a stick, is the stick locks you in. Great for people that don't have a lot of muscle or younger people. But for older people that are a little on the heavy side, having this little stretch here helps you get over and then back under. And then, see that? And also, the tighter I hold this, now we got, band has more resistance to pull apart. Takes more effort to go ahead and get it back there. So now it becomes almost like a nasty resistance exercise of some sort. But you can do these at the beginning of a workout. I would just do 10. I do this all the time. It's just intuitive. Once you have the band in hand, you just start wiggling around like a big thick noodle. You know, it's a really good stretch to add at the beginning of your workout and interset. I got one more stretch for you to show you for the day. It's a really simple thing. Let's go back to somewhere else. Like the future?
Sure.
You said 88, Back to the Future, right? 1988.
Are you going 88 miles per hour still?
Yeah. All right. These are called shoulder rocks, swings, but I have an alternative for you if you don't have a mace or a shoulder rock from Kabuki Strength. You notice what my arms are doing? Or you can also do that with one arm. Whew. I like lightweight with this, not heavy. The whole point is just the motion, not resistance. But you see what my shoulder's doing?
Yeah.
All right, so it's doing this, right? It's just got weight to kind of give it some feedback, all right? But there's other ways you can do this without that. One of them is with a kettlebell, and the other one was with a plate. And these are called halos. Same motion. Now we have a plate. This is a very easy one, so I would do this at the beginning of a workout, maybe in between sets of dynamic stretches, or just whenever you want. But don't take my word for it, because I got this from the professionals. This one is Enter the Kettlebell by Pavel Satsulin. Hopefully I pronounced his last name right. I think that's correct. But halo, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing it with the kettlebell because, well, he's a kettlebell guy. He's trying to sell kettlebells. In Paris' book, Tools of Titans, that's the plate halo version. Awesome stretches to do for anyone. All 4 of those will meet your shoulder flexibility needs. The only other suggestion I have for you is to hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button to this channel if you have not. Actually, I do have another suggestion, and that is limit the amount of pressing you do, okay? If you can replace a press with a fly more often than not, or a pressing movement with something that is more like a fly, because if you think about it, all the really good pressing movements that really stimulate chest growth and protect your shoulders kind of have this kind of a fly motion. So just keep aware of that total volume of training, balancing out a lot of your push work with pull work. 2-to-1 ratio, pull to push is, I don't know where I got the number, but it's been in my head for a while, is something that a lot of people keep in mind as kind of a rule of thumb for making sure that they don't overdo the pressing. So like I said, I have really healthy, big, large shoulders, and these stretches are something I do all the time. They're the reason why I don't have shoulder problems, because if I didn't do these, I guarantee you I would have shoulder problems. So that's it for the video, guys, and check you later.
Wait, can you do badger? Yeah. Okay. Badger. Wait, do it again. Make the sound,
I'm going to the Rich Piana song.
Oh. Mushroom?
Mushroom. Guys, we're going to do... Callus, the video's over, but go stretch your shoulders, guys. Enough.